As far as saying that we are dangerous, we're a dangerous movement, we're clinging to Bibles and clinging to guns. It's not a bad idea. But in my mind, this is what it was supposed to be about all along. This is the way we should have been doing it for the last 100 years. The last 50 years, the last 40 years. We should be getting together on a regular basis, communicating with one another and deciding how we want our country run, how we want our government done, and let our leaders, our elected leaders, know that in a very clear manner. Now, speaking of the media, the mainstream media, trying to paint us in a certain light, they're trying to fit us into a box. They're trying to make us something that we're not. And I think you know what I'm talking about. We're either a racist or we're a homophobe. I saw an article somebody sent me from the News Star last week. I don't know if anybody saw that, but everybody here is a homophobe apparently, and everybody here is a racist. And that's all this movement is about. And that's just wrong. That's not right. I don't know how many of y'all got to go to 9/12 to Washington, D.C. There were about 1.5 million. A few, yeah, we had one here, one here. I got some DVDs. I have 4 shirts from the National Tea Party, T-shirts. Mark, hand me the shirt out of that box there. Bring me one of those so I can show them. Highest bidder folks are, all right, we'll give them away. We're going to get them out there somewhere. I thought it was a pretty T-shirt, so I bought some extra ones and brought them back. I don't have very many. I just have 2 larges and 2, I think, mediums. But that's the National Tea Party T-shirt, which I thought was a pretty cool T-shirt. Yeah, we can auction those off. There were also a video that they were selling up there that I thought was real good. I brought 5 or 6 of those home. If anybody wants to buy one of those, it's a video about the Tea Party movement and kind of how it was born and the history of it over just about a 1-year time span. And at the very end of the video, they are at Washington, D.C. There's 1.5 million people lined up in the Washington Mall. The largest event that's ever been held in Washington, D.C. According to the Park Service, who are the ones that have to clean up the mess. We didn't leave as near as bad a mess as the inauguration, but they have to plan for the size of it, put out a certain number of porta potties, that kind of thing. They said it's the largest event that's ever been held in Washington, and I think they're in a position to know. But at the end of that, as far as racism goes, there was, I think it was either a black minister or a black bishop, and he got up to the microphone and gave a real passionate, extremely good speech. And at the end of his speech, he shouted into the microphone, "Patriots, stand up! Patriots, stand up! Patriots, stand up!" And I mean, it sent not chills up, tingle up my leg, it sent chills up my spine. I said, man, that was powerful. Whether you be African American, Chinese American, you came across the boat 100 years ago with your family, you're a recent immigrant to America, it doesn't matter. Everybody has something to offer. Everybody has a voice in running the country correctly. Everybody has their own dose of common sense that they can help us all together get this country back on the right track. So that whole rap of calling us racist, I think it's totally off base. Now, if we do have any racists in here, I would ask you to please keep it quiet. You're not going to help us any, okay? It's not going to help things one bit to get somebody on YouTube with one of these T-shirts shooting off their mouth and saying something ugly. Even if it's just a slip of the tongue, or you're having a passionate moment, you're really upset, we're better than that. We're bigger than that. We don't have to stoop to the tactics that they use of calling people names. So I don't think we should help them paint us with that brush. Now, I'm on the second page. How long have I been talking now? Am I good? Am I all right? I know those guys from Ruston are timing me.